Yo, what's up, guys? Today I just wanted to talk about how you can get ahead of 99% of people. So, if you're interested in watching how you can get ahead the fastest possible way, tune in. I'm going to explain to you exactly how you can do that. So, guys, the first things first is stop looking for shortcuts and start looking for volume, right? Don't look for the shortcuts in life anymore. Look for the volume. How can you produce more work, right? People are obsessed with efficiency, right? So the winners, they obsess over volume. They want to be fast. They want to be first, right? They want to refine. They refine later on, right? So first they're focused on volume, producing more, right? So making more content. Whether you want to be the best writer in the world, writing more scripts, writing more whatever it is, articles, right? If you want to be the fastest runner, doing more sprints, doing more, 1,000 meter runs, 1,500 meter runs, whatever you want to do. Focus on volume first and then refine later. As you focus on the volume, you're going to learn ways on how you can increase and make that volume better so you can refine it later on. But first, focus on volume, right? Do 100 reps badly. Do 100 reps badly and then worry about perfection after that, because you're going to learn, oh, maybe I should, if, let's say for example, you're at the gym and you're focused on bicep curls, right? You might do them very terribly, but then after that you're going to realize, oh no, this is kind of hurting my shoulder, maybe I'll do it this way. Or maybe I'll tuck my shoulder in a little bit so I can get more of the muscle fiber. So you're going to learn over time how you can make better those reps a lot better, especially. And also just focus on understanding the basics first, like Kobe Bryant said. Like, he focused on the fundamentals, and then when he came back that next summer, he was beating everybody in high school basketball because he focused on the fundamentals, right? He trained for the summer just shooting, passing, dribbling, the basics, right? So guys, post 100 times, pitch 100 clients, refine later on. Number two, guys, learn to love boredom. So progress, it's not hidden, right? It's not hidden in excitement, it's hidden in consistency. So you have to be consistent. Embrace the boredom, embrace the loneliness, right? If you're feeling like your day is just boring, as long as you have that goal that you want to accomplish and that you're chasing, understand that you have to be embracing that boredom, because over time, after embracing the boredom, the results will show, right? So, like I said, progress isn't hidden in excitement, it's hidden in boredom, and it's hidden in consistency. So, the people who win, guys, they simply show up longer than motivation dies. So, it's always discipline over excitement. Number three, guys, out decide everyone. So, most people, they stall on decisions, out of fear. Speed beats precision, right? So, if you make fast decisions, take feedback, adjust. Indecision is an enemy of progress. So you'll get ahead more faster, while others, they hesitate, they lag behind. It's just like trying to start a business. A lot of people say, okay, next month, right? I'm gonna gather up all the knowledge now. Next month, I'm gonna start the business, or I'm gonna gather up all the things I need now. I'm gonna build a website, right? I'm gonna make the website pretty. I'm gonna, put this checkout button here. I'm gonna put my payment processing here. I'm gonna, do this and that, and then I'm gonna purchase, this equipment. It's just like running, right? Same thing. I'm gonna purchase the headband, the shorts, the socks, the matching tight vests, everything. But the people who just say, you know what, I have some rusty shorts that I've had for the last 10 years. I have this old T-shirt. I'm going running in this. I'm starting today. Right after this video, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go for a run. You're gonna have more progress than the person who's indecisive, the person who's making the pretty website and the processing payments and everything. The people who the people who are already just pitching their idea to clients, they're gonna be way ahead of the person who's making the pretty website. Just pitch the idea, get it started, out decide, right? Don't be indecisive when you're starting something. Just start it, get it done, get it started, right? Number four, detach from praise. So attach to progress, right? Validation is addictive, but forget what people think of your current results. So attach your self-worth to how much you're learning, not how much applause you get. So you need to attach yourself to the learning process, right? That's what's gonna give you the gains. The praise isn't gonna give you the gains, because it's like, I was watching that one episode with Kevin Hart. He was in the Madison Square Garden doing comedy, and when I was watching him, he was like flawless. Like, he was telling jokes, he was walking around, he had stage presence, he was able to pitch his voice perfectly. He was looking at the crowd, he was engaging the audience. But imagine if that was a new comedian who just came out, who eventually wanted the same stardom as Kevin Hart. But imagine if he just went to Madison Square Garden. That was the first thing he opened up. Would he be able to have the voice pitch, the jokes, the engagement of the audience, the stage presence, walking around, the confidence? It would be very hard. Kevin Hart did millions, like, not maybe not millions, but thousands and thousands of stand-up shows before he got to Madison Square Garden. Same with another bodybuilder, Arnold Schwarzenegger. He did, he did the diets. He did the gym. He stayed in the gym. He did the diets. He did hundreds, thousands of competitions before he got to Mr. Olympia, right? So you have to fall in love with the learning, right? That detached from the praise, attached to the progress, right? Attached to your progress, because that's what's going to take you there eventually. Just trust in your progress, that it will take you there eventually, as long as you believe in your progress, believe in the inputs that you're doing. Number 5, guys, be obsessively useful. So the market pays for value, they don't pay for effort, right? So the faster you can solve problems for others, the faster you can make more money, right? So build influence, open doors. Just always ask yourself, how useful am I, right? How fast can I produce results for my customers? Always ask yourself these questions. Be useful, right? Solve problems, and you'll make more money over the long run because you're being useful. What can you do for other people? Yeah, a lot of people, like, it's sometimes sad, but a lot of people, they're a lot more, they care more about themselves, right? So whatever they can do to enhance their own life, that's what will, that's something that, if you can bridge the gap between enhancing their life and then kind of putting yours on the back burner, so worrying about somebody else's life, you will make more in the long run, right? You look at all the greatest people who did this, right? Like Steve Jobs created the iPhone, right? Created Apple. We now can FaceTime, talk with our friends, everything, right? It's more useful for us, right? But it took him time out of his life to build this. So, but he still, in return, got very rich, right? A lot of the great innovators in life, this is what they do. They make other people's lives more helpful, more useful. So number 6, guys, master 2 to 3 skills, not 20. So success comes from stacking 2 to 3 world-class skills, not dabbling in everything. So depth beats breadth. So you don't have to be a genius in 1,000 things. 2 to 3 things, right? So for example, sales and marketing, right? Operations or leadership. So stack your skill sets, right? Somebody who's working in a job, right, who can do Salesforce, but also is a good leader, is going to get promoted very quickly because he knows these 2 things and he's a master at these 2 things. So he almost can start his own business. He pretty much can start his own business, right? Because he knows sales. He has a good idea of Salesforce, and he has leadership skills. So he can now run a company. So focus and master 2 to 3 skills. Don't try to master everything in the world, because you have a very limited time, right? We have 1 year. Let's say 1 year is 365 days. If you master 365 things in that year, it's going to be very tough. But if you pick 2 things and you spread it over the 365 days, that's going to be very powerful. You're going to go deep into the thing that you want to do and accomplish, deep into those 2 to 3 skills. So Bruce Lee even said he doesn't fear the guy who practiced 1,000 kicks. He fears the guy who practiced 1 kick 1,000 times, because that guy knows exactly where to angle the kick. He knows what bones to use, all that different stuff. So focus on 2 to 3 skills, guys. So if you guys like this video, subscribe, like, share it, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace.